Hi, I'm Mark from Integral Movement, and this is just going to be a short self-massage routine for around the shoulders. I'm going to use two props for this. First is just a peanut, that's just two balls, could be two balls duct taped together, will work just fine. Plus I'll also be using a foam roller as well. I'm going to start with the peanut. Just placing the peanut so that the ball goes either side of the spine, in between the shoulder blades. Always takes a little bit of getting used to lying down in the right position for this one. And I'm starting right at the base of the shoulder blades here, so right down at the bottom tip of the shoulder blades. One ball is either side of the spine, and then just putting my weight down through the ball. And a little gentle movements. I'm not doing any big sweeping movements here, just short, slow and controlled movements. Can pause in one spot, take the arms up overhead, just let the hands stretch out, arms sink down towards the floor. Again, slight movements, could be forwards and backwards, side to side. Just really trying to get nice and heavy over the peanut. Take the arms straight up towards the ceiling, extend the shoulders, and then just a slight rotation through the upper back. Let the arms come down. Then reposition, so I'm just sliding down the ball so the balls end up higher up the spine, and then the same thing. Relax, sink down onto this position. Gentle movements side to side, backwards and forwards. Reach up with the hands, let the arms go heavy, sink down to the floor. Again, little movements in this position. Arms up towards the ceiling, and just a rotation through the upper back. Come back down, slightly reposition again. So now the balls are getting up towards the top of the shoulder blades. Again, sink down onto the balls. Little movements in place. If you find anywhere is just that little more tender, then feel free to spend a little bit more time in that spot. Arms overhead, let the hands go heavy, arms sink to the floor, little movements side to side, backwards and forwards. Hands up towards the ceiling. And just exploring this range. Again, if you find anywhere that needs you to just sit there and relax and try and sink a little deeper, then feel free just to stop in that position. See if you can just tease out the tissue just slightly. No sharp, sudden movements. Everything's gentle and controlled. Roll on out of here. Now we're going to grab the foam roller. And then coming side on onto the foam roller, I'm going to work along the side of the ribs and sort of the side and slightly to the back of the side of the ribs as I just lay down on the foam roller. And again, very slow and controlled movements, just walking backwards and forwards or gliding backwards and forwards, but it's slow and controlled here. If you find somewhere that is just that little bit more tender than the other spots, feel free to hang there, just sit in that position. I like to just do a little bit of sideways movement as well on those areas. But again, it's slow and controlled. I'm trying to be nice and heavy into the foam roller. And then slowly just trying to move things around ever so slowly. When you feel like that's made a change, back to going up and down. Trying to hunt out any more areas that need a little more focus where you can stop. Slow movements side to side. And I'm not really rolling over the top of the foam roller. I'm sitting in one place and then just gently trying to push the tissue around by sideways movements. Once you feel that release, keep moving. Come up higher in towards the armpit, not quite directly underneath the armpit, but getting up close to there. So I'm really on that outside edge of the shoulder blade and through the ribs in that area. And from here we can start to put a little bit of arm rotation in as well. So I just keep my weight going down into the foam roller and then taking my arm palm down to the floor and then moving palm up towards the ceiling. Trying to stay nice and heavy into the foam roller. If you feel like that's released, you can move slightly higher up. Still not directly into the armpit itself, but getting closer. Again with the arm rotations in this position. Come on out of there. We'll just set the foam roller off to the side and go back to the peanuts. From here, I'm now going to place one of the balls of the peanut on the lower half of my shoulder blade. So if your shoulder blade is a triangle, I'm down in the bottom half of that triangle. I hold on to the top ball just to help me settle it down in position so that I can really make sure that my shoulder blade is directly on top of the ball. Gentle movements around. Again, I'm not rolling over the top of this. I'm sinking my weight into the peanut and then gently trying to just move the tissue around rather than rolling over the top of the ball. Again, we can start with the elbow in closer to the ribs and work that arm rotation. Move the elbow up a little higher. Rotations in this position. Moving up slightly higher again, and more rotations. If with any of this stuff you get any tingling, any nerve sensations down the arm, then just come out of it at that position, set up slightly different, in a slightly different spot, but we don't want to persist through any kind of nerve sensation at all. Slowly come on out of there. We're just going to finish up with a little bit of work through the upper chest area. So I have my collarbone running through here. The peanut sits down under the collarbone, out in this portion of the chest straight through there. I place one ball right on that area. Both hands pressing down on the ball. Lift the elbows up nice and high. And then just slowly moving the elbows side to side. Again, any nerve sensations, just coming out and reposition that ball to a place where you don't get any nerve sensations running down the arm. Relax there. From here I'm going to keep the pressure on the ball and just slide it out slightly. And again, taking those elbows up side to side. Relax. See if you can just slide that ball out a little bit further. Still keeping the pressure on the ball. Take the elbows up side to side. And then drop that down. Gently roll that around, see how that feels. So there's a quick little self-massage routine for part of the shoulder girdle. Go back to the start, do the other side. I hope you found this helpful. See you next time.